an idea. The idea was to bring together a group of remarkable people. See if they can come
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome to another podcast. It is the last podcast of this spring semester of 2025. It is now officially sponsored time. Obviously sponsored, but not sponsored. But this was actually a pretty good thing for me to hear the other day. I had posted a Polymarket Sports. They just post meme recaps of team stuff. But I was just scrolling through Instagram or I had my phone off and I get a notification that pops up and it said that the Polymarket Sports had liked my story. I was freaking out. I was like, oh my god, are you serious? And so right after that, after I saw the notification, I went straight to direct message them and I told them about this podcast and average about 50 viewers a game. 50 viewers a video. Sorry about that. I do appreciate people for even watching this. So that is helping me very, very helpful because then I could be able to get my word out even further for obviously more people to possibly enjoy this and enjoy my lovely talk about basketball, which is sadly going to come to an end very soon in June. And then I was thinking about just not really doing much for the summer, just take I think it's about two or 3 months off, and then my mom was like, "Well, just do it. Still keep doing it on Thursdays." I plan on keep doing it now, but I think it'll be like if there's interesting. I think I'll do it the next couple of weeks for the NBA finals or playoffs once they come around, and then once that ends, I'll figure something out. I think I'll talk about my little summer job, about how it's a baseball team, so I'll cover over some standings for that little league. If everyone knows about it, it's the Appalachian League, and it's about college kids and stuff. So go do homework and go just kids. All right, let's see. So yes, advertised, but also non-advertised. We have the Polymarket Sports. I did try and DM them, but it was pretty long DM, but no response yet. So I'm gonna see if they can reach me sometime soon, but it don't seem like it's happening. Anyways, away from the Polymarket, I'm going to bring out some crazy sponsors of Bojangles, the sweet tea. Cannot go wrong with sweet tea. The McDonald's. Reason I bring up McDonald's today is because the other day I got the mixed strips. Really good. I think that the mixed strips are just like Chick-fil-A, but they're like also obviously the McNuggets. They're obviously the McDonald's chicken nuggets, but with a taste, with a smell of Chick-fil-A to it. It's really weird, but I enjoy it. I didn't use the weird chili sauce that they have to go with it. I just used original white people things, ranch, and barbecue. So that's my opinion. But yeah, Bojangles sweet tea. They're very competitive with the house sweet tea. So I don't know if I'll give. I don't know. Now with sweet tea, there's a very crazy debate between Bojangles sweet tea, Pal sweet tea, and McDonald's sweet tea. And everyone knows it. Everyone down here knows it. And everyone's gonna have a point. Yes, I will give you the point. But out of the three, depends on how you shake it up. How about that? Depends on how you stir it or whenever you stir it or whatever. I honestly think that's the best part about stirring it up about sweet tea is how you have to stir it up. You can't just get it out of the can and then just drink it from the cup. No, you have to swirl it around for maybe a couple of seconds or a minute or so. Then once you swirl it around, you're drinking that baby. Ah, God, that's crazy, honestly. Everyone knows that this is a pretty good debate, honestly. I don't know. I can't really think of a good winner for right there for me, honestly. Yeah, so we're Polymarket, McDonald's, let's see, Polymarket, McDonald's, Bojangles, and then I'll bring in Pals because they're chocolate shakes. We get their chocolate shakes for the last couple of days, pretty good. And then also with McDonald's, I gotta make flurries somehow. So apparently their machine is working as right now. So everyone try your luck at McDonald's. I'm sorry if you have to drive like 20 minutes to it and they don't have it. So I wish you luck with your ice cream and your McFlurries and all. And we are also going to bring out Powerade today. No Bajaja Blast because I was ready for this final today and Powerade. I was able to just go in the little cafe, get a Powerade. And so that's today's official, also non-official sponsor. So the sound of sports. Very good Powerade. Blue Powerade, obviously the best Powerade. Next to Gatorade. Gatorade and Powerade, pretty good drink, so I'm not gonna lie, but everyone knows that. So, instead of me talking about just unofficially sponsored sponsors, we're gonna go into what I usually talk about, as I've talked about for the last 4 weeks, is the NBA playoffs. I can't believe it's been like almost 4 or 5 weeks out here. So, recap from earlier, we had a Oklahoma City Thunder take a 4 games to 0 over the Memphis Grizzlies. Then we had the Nuggets versus the Los Angeles Clippers. The Nuggets won that game 7. So it was a 4-3 win for the Nuggets. The Timberwolves versus the Los Angeles Lakers. It was the Timberwolves in 5. And the Warriors and Rockets. That's where I talk about a lot of punching, fighting, kissing, all that weird stuff. It's really weird, but it's also true because, I mean, it did get cheapy. I really enjoyed it. I saw Dodo Brooks and Draymond Green, just like me and Charles talked about. I don't think we talked about it on the podcast, but I know for a fact that we mentioned it, I think, to each other on a text or something. We were just waiting for a Dodo Brooks and a Draymond Green little tassel together. That was right. I think it was maybe game 6, 5 or 6, where it just went crazy. I really enjoy it, but also at the same time, it's a postseason especially. Postseason is the most aggressive season because everything's soft in the regular season, and then I'm assuming that postseason is just 90s basketball pretty much, maybe 2000 so. I haven't watched 2000s basketball, but I've seen some old clips of it, so I'm aware of how some basketball works. So that's for the East, and now let's go to, I'm sorry, that's the West. Now we are going to go over to a recap on the East side. So we have the Cavs, also another first seed sweep, 4 games to 0 against the Heat. Number 4 seeded Pacers won their series 4 games to 1 over the number 5 seeded Bucks. New York Knicks won their series in 6 against the Pistons. It was a 3 seed versus a 6 seed. Knicks won in 6. Then the Celtics, number 2, versus the number 7 seed Magic. I remember talking with this about Charles too, how between the two Magic and the Grizzlies, which one would take a win? I knew it was gonna be a Magic. We both predicted that the Magic would get a game in, and these Grizzlies just didn't really. Grizzlies really didn't have much in it to prove that. I mean, I could kind of see it, but just like they didn't really have much behind who they are. I guess you can say who their name is, and yeah. So now we are on to the second round, the semi, the NBA semi second round. Alright, so we're going to talk about these matchups. Going into the second round, we started off OKC versus the Denver Nuggets, Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Golden State Warriors, Cavs versus Pacers, and Knicks versus Celtics. Now, with some recap on this, we're going to start with the Oklahoma City Thunder versus Nuggets first game. Now, this first game was a close game. It was a close game, last possession game. That's obviously a very enjoyable game for everyone. Always be on their feet and enjoy the game. So the final seconds it was 118 to 119. Chet Holmgren or whatever, the Thunder's big center, he had missed, I believe, one. I think it was just one of the free throws or both the free throws. But the Denver Nuggets get the rebound and they are able to take it down the court, pass break. Russell Westbrook passes the ball to the true dunk contest of the 2016, I think it was 2017 too, where he got right one again. They passed to a good old Aaron Gordon for a 3-point shot. Down one. Think about this. Down one. Instead of a layup or anything, he takes a bigger, more obviously points shot. And Aaron Gordon hits that 3-pointer right there with less than 3 seconds, I believe, to give the Nuggets a Game 1 series victory over the Thunder. Game 2 was played last night. Game 2 was not a game. I tell you this because this is a 43-point blowout for the Oklahoma City Thunder over the Nuggets. And so as right now, it is a tied series, 1 win for the Nuggets and 1 win for the Thunder. And we have the Nuggets going up against the Thunder tomorrow night at 10. And we are going to go down to also finish up the West. We have the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Warriors. Honestly, this feels like it's been like 3 days or something since they started this series because I've seen all the different commercials for the rest of the games except for the Warriors. So I thought that's been really weird for them to have this matchup because Thunder and Nuggets are now on to game 3, but tonight it's just now the game 4 for just the game 2 for the Warriors. So we have Timberwolves versus Warriors. Warriors leading this series 1-0. So I don't know why they did that though. For let's see, Pacers are up 2-0, and the Knicks also in on to game 3. So I don't know. But yeah, that's a very it's gonna be a win for the Warriors. I claimed it I think last week or 2 weeks before with Charles, but it's gonna be a Warriors game in 5 or 6. I hopefully believe that it's gonna be 5 or 6. It seems like it because Coach Kerr he had put in I think everyone on his bench. He put in almost all the guys, even the people that say, even the Warrior fans that are like, "Oh, he's a no one." I gotta say, in side quotes, I think most of these guys are just not played enough to really understand about who they are. So, but this game 5, game 6 talk, mostly game 6, if we're heading there. I say game 6 because last on Tuesday, we had, I think it was first quarter, I think it was first couple minutes in the second quarter. Curry had started favoring his leg with a hamstring injury. And so, with reports, he did go back to the locker room and going into halftime, going for the third quarter. They officially made it clear that Steph Curry is going to be out for the rest of Tuesday's game, and then they said on the post that Curry is most likely going to be out for this next week. In other words, it seems like it's game three for the Warriors on Sunday, and then Tuesday. All right, yeah. Tuesday for the Warriors to have game 4. So seems like if Curry can come back for Tuesday, then that will be a pretty good thing for the Warriors because since they lost Curry, apparently their chances of making the conference finals now, or I think even the finals, it had gone down to like 3% or something. It just went down significantly, and it was bad. And it had the start favoring the Timberwolves. So that's not really good talk from all the analysts and stuff, but I think the Warriors still have the better hand of this series because the Warriors are a more experienced team in the playoffs, while the Timberwolves don't really have that much of a very playoff, like later seeded playoff team. I would say they're kind of like the 2022 playoffs, which was Curry versus the Timberwolves, or sorry, the Warriors versus the Portland Trail Blazers. It was in the conference finals. Warriors were number 2 seed, and the I can't remember, but all I know is that it was not a close game in the Western Conference. I know that it was a clear sweep for the Warriors, 4 games to 0, and this Timberwolves team, I believe, it's just like the 2022 Portland Trail Blazers, where everyone is high for them, behind them. I don't blame them. But I just don't really think with Warriors' experience in the playoffs, I think they've missed the playoff maybe like 2 or 3 times since 2015. So, I mean, 7 years out of the last 10, they've made playoffs. I think it was just 2020, yeah, 2021. So eight years actually in the playoff out of the last 10. So I mean, you can't really say that there's not experience there for the Warriors. With Timberwolves, though, I don't really think in the last 10 years, though, I think it might have been like three playoff appearances or 4 in the last 10 years. So I mean, that's kind of telling you the Warriors have the advantage. Timberwolves are still a young team for the most part, but this is looking like the Warriors are gonna win at least, I believe, a game 5, especially with Curry coming back. It'll be at least no bigger than game 5 miles. And we go to the East. We have the Cavs versus the Pacers. This is very interesting series so far. Well, it's been surprising for obviously the Cavs versus Pacers and the Knicks versus the Pacers. They've been down 7 plus in the final 2 or 3 minutes of these past games. And being down 7 with less than 2 or 3 minutes in a game is very hard to, well, not very, but it's pretty slim chance that you're going to be able to turn the game around to where you'll win. But I mean, the Pacers last few games, they've done it. They've done it against the Cavs. They are currently up against the Cavs 2 games to 1, or 2 games to 0. So we'll see how these Cavs bounce back, especially with the defensive player of the year. I think Evan Mobley, I think that's his name. He is the defensive player of the year, but is also on a team that is down 2 games to 0, also known as not doing too good right now. So there's nothing much really to talk about behind the Cavs Pacers other than seeing how the Pacers do tomorrow night and see if the Cavs can turn this around and make it a game 6 win for the Cavs. Is it possible? Yes, obviously. Is it going to be a Pacers win game 4? Yeah. So there's a 3-1 possible from what I see. I think at least have the Pacers get 1 win at home out of the 2 that they play at. So it seems like it'll be a game 7. Honestly, if the Cavs can pull off an upset, not an upset, but a comeback upset win. Then we go to the biggest, most talked about matchup. I think this is honestly overrated too for me to talk about the Celtics. This is it. Celtics crazy. I'm sorry, but I don't think it's happening. It ain't looking good for them. I think it's the other coach, but all I know is that these Celtics they just fell apart the second. I think they're down like 15 games, and then they go down like 18 from the one seed. So it tells you Knicks and Celtics were closer than people thought. And whenever I say that, this is looking good for the Knicks too, because the Knicks, as of right now, are up 2 games to 0 versus the Celtics, which everyone says has like that the Celtics have this game in the bag. Well, if you look at the past 2 games, the Celtics in the third quarter, middle of the third quarter or later, like towards the fourth quarter, last night and Monday night, Celtics were up 20 points, 20 plus, like barely 20, around 20 at most, just for the Knicks to come back in the third, going on fourth quarter, and having the Knicks win both these past games by 1 point. Over these 2 games, these Knicks have won against the Celtics down by 20 and won by 1. These Knicks are winning by 1 point. Do I think that this is me leaning towards Celtics coming back and winning? No, obviously not, because one of my friends, Luke, what's up, boy? He likes the Celtics, and I like to see him just be very upset over me going to be posting stories about how the Knicks win the series versus the against the Celtics. So I'll be happy to enjoy that possibly happening for the Knicks. So I'll be happy for him. But with this game 3 heading into Madison Square Garden, this is unbelievable. Jaw dropping too. These Madison Square Garden tickets for the very top, the cheapest tickets you can get for one person on seat is over $900 for the cheapest ticket. Like that's including taxes and all fees, all of that. Over $900 for one ticket in the nosebleeds, to where you're possibly seeing ants. If I don't know how people see, but I can still see them honestly whenever I go to a basketball game. So yeah, $900 for one person to sit in the nosebleeds, and then you're getting a little down towards the about mid court, middle level, middle bowl, whatever people call it. That's a average price about 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,500 for middle court, and then the most expensive tickets are looking at about between $8,000 and $10,000 for the most expensive seats in these games. Well, in this coming game tomorrow. So I think tomorrow, or not tomorrow. I think by next week I'll see how much tickets were at tomorrow's game or game 4 for the Knicks and see. Sorry about that. But yeah, we're comparing tickets right now, and if the Celtics were to win one of these games at Madison Square Garden, the cheapest tickets for the TD Garden or the Celtics home game is $300. That's the cheapest ticket, and the most expensive average ticket is about $2,500. I think for like mid to like almost courtside seats. Pretty much, it's comparison between the WNBA, the 300. Pretty much the NBA is the Knicks sound alike, and the WNBA is just like the Celtics home. From what it's looking like, very cheap. That's in other words. I mean, do I say that $900 is not a lot? No, I'm just saying if you compare $890 to $300, that's obviously a big thing. And WNBA series or season is starting up very soon. And do I go? Do I support the WNBA? A little bit. It's WNBA is a different breed, obviously, but there's something else than that. Let's also see. Yes, so we have the Warriors against Timberwolves tonight at 8:30. Tonight is May 8th, 2025. So we'll see how Warriors react to Curry's absence and see what they can do. I think they can turn this thing around with her putting out all of the bench and testing out, I think, rotations. I think that's what he did to try and adjust to see how tonight's game is going to work with the Warriors. Not gonna lie. And then, like I already covered, Pacers are taking home these 3 and 4 games against the Cavs. Game 3 is tomorrow, May 9th at 7:30. And then we have the Oklahoma City going up against the Nuggets at 10 tomorrow for their game 3. And then we have Saturday. Saturday is May 10th at 3:30 for the Knicks versus Celtics. So I don't know, maybe the seats as of right now though. Time right now is about 5 o'clock, and it's $900 as right now for cheapest Knicks. I guess I'll put down how much the seats ended up being for cheapest for Gabriel. I'll look at them on Saturday to figure that out. I almost forgot about it, honestly. It is time to put down predictions try and run down predictions for what these playoffs are going to run for the rest of the year. I guess until next week and see if we change anything or not. So the Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Nuggets right now tied 1-1. Nuggets have a win, Thunder have a win. And from this 43-point blowout for the Thunder, I believe it's going to be a game 3. Thunder game 3, I think. Then I don't really know. I'll just go ahead and say it. Give Nuggets a game at home, turn around. All I know is that I just hope for a game 7. From what it seems like as of right now, I think it'll be a 7 with. I mean, no matter what, it is going to be a game 5 because the series is tied up 1-1. So first game step 4, so there's 7, best out of 7. I have to. It seems like it's 2-2 right now, and then game 5, 3-2. I think with the oh my gosh, am I really gonna say it? I don't know. The Thunder for game 2, going in game 5 back at home. Game 5. I might as well, yeah. 3-2 for the Thunder. I don't know. Or it might be I'll go ahead and do it. Go ahead and have Nuggets. Have the Nuggets 25. How about that? And then game 6, the Thunder back Denver. 6. And that's just where I blank out because I think it'll be one of the best series you can watch. I think this whole year's NBA playoffs. Like I talked about last week, I remember too talking about this being hopefully one of the best series of the whole playoff because it's hard to tell. We're gonna talk about MVP. I will give Game 7 to the Nuggets. Also at the same time, kind of have a feeling that it's gonna be OKC just winning Game 6 and Game 7. So OKC is winning in 7. I really see it just either way. It'll be Nuggets or Thunder in 7. All I know is Game 7 right there. Warriors versus Timberwolves. That's going to be a 6 game for the Warriors because Curry is going to be out until sometime next week. So we have Warriors winning. I don't know about tonight because you serious? Dog. Damn, G. You want to redo it? I can do it. Yeah. All right, dude. I was just about to end. I was 30 minutes in, dude. I was literally wrapping up every game, going over. What time is? I can't stay too long. 15 minutes. I mean, I don't care, but I mean, shit. I mean, that's what's up. Damn, bro. All right. Well, I didn't expect you to show up. You didn't hit me. I'm here. I mean, I don't pay, but yeah. Yeah, I'm done. You know what? All right, here. Hold up. Shut up. All right, go ahead and do it.
Just got on the show. I'm already fucking up.
Shit. All right, good job. All right, cool. So I was just literally regrouping everything, and I was about to regroup my life once I saw it. All right, so I was just going over with myself what everything is looking like for the rest of the playoffs. Gonna round up to breaking down everything now since we're going into game 3s for most of the guys, and then Warriors are just now getting game 2. So what do you think about? All right. So since this series is tied 1-1 with Thunder winning last night by 43, do you hear about that?
Yeah,
all right,
sorta.
cool. Sorta. What do you mean sorta?
I had finals.
Oh my excuses. All right. So what are your thoughts? Who do you think is going to? Let's go ahead and say who's going to win Game 3 for these. Yeah,
Game 3. Okay, we're 1-1.
Yep.
Give me OKC in 7.
Really?
Yep.
Honestly, that's
It's
me.
The year.
It is. Well, it's very one way, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So who do you have winning tonight?
Tonight, I think OKC is gonna win tonight. They're coming off a crazy win last game. They're gonna win one more. The Nuggets are gonna bounce back. Game 4.
Yeah, I think that's literally what I just said too. And then, what do you think? Another Nuggets, and then wait, hold up. That's 2-2. Yeah, Nuggets. Another game 5. Thunder 2 out. Yeah, Thunder shut it out back at home too. Look at that. All right, so we have Thunder in 7. Charles right here just calls it.
Book it. I'm never wrong.
All right.
I got every single take on the last podcast right.
I think
I did.
you got most of it. You got the
got
Pacers. You got the Pacers in 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then
With it.
yeah, I remember.
With it.
All right, well, we both covered it at the same time. We said,
Oh yeah.
Magic would be able
We knew
to
that.
get a win over the Grizzlies. Got the first win.
We got the sweep.
Yep, got the OKC and Cavs sweep.
Pacers, right?
Yeah, you did. I didn't. I think I had Bucks come back and
I
win
got Lakers
2.
wrong.
Really?
Yeah, I said Lakers
Uh,
5 or Lakers
yeah.
in 6.
Well, we both said, but I think also at the same time, I knew I was joking, so I was just
I wasn't
laughing.
joking, bro. I believe in LeBron.
Well, what do you think now? You believe in Cancun?
I believe in Lakers 5 in 2026.
Well, LeBron's got cold. Alright, never know.
One more year.
Alright, and
People have been saying that in 20. Oh no.
yeah, 2020 was a crazy year, but it was different. It was a year. I remember having Warriors in 6 for this Rockets game. I think we both said Warriors in 6. Yeah, but obviously it turned out to be Warriors in 7.
Close enough.
Yeah, I do have to say though, I talked about how happy I was to see a Dildo versus Draymond,
Yeah.
Dildo Brooks
And
versus
we got
Draymond
one,
little
didn't we?
shuffle.
We got one.
We've had and we start to have some with I think now.
I didn't watch the game. Did we get anything with Rudy and Rudy Gobert? And
I think it's been it's physical right now, so it'll be.
we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. I think
There's no way you can have Jimmy and Draymond on the
the kicks. Oh man. Yeah. So let's see. I think how many scruffles? How about that? Let's put how many scruffles you think are gonna happen with the Timberwolves.
It's gonna be
Well,
less.
just the series.
Okay,
Timberwolves
series.
versus Warriors. Whatever.
What are we counting as a scuffle? Are we like
Push?
it has to be a push. What
Or
about like what about like this?
yeah, that's where I'm. That's
Like a
like
little-
half a point or
like a
something.
little forehead.
That's
That's
one.
a scuffle.
Okay. All right. So physical. How about that? Just hand. Like you know go
Like
up.
technicals.
Yeah, facts. Well, texts now are just hard to get, honestly.
That's crazy to
Because
say,
I mean,
but it's so true.
it's 90s basketball pretty much. Because regular season was just like easy touch, like touch his titties or something, and it's like a personal foul or something.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so go ahead and go with how many scruffles you got.
Okay, say the Warriors win in 6, which it'll be 7.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it'll be 6 because I think this would be a 6. One of the 6s. I think either the Wolves versus Warriors are going to be a confirmed 6. The reason I say 6 is because the Timberwolves, they don't have to worry about Curry now. They don't have to have 2 guys up on him. They'll have to adjust to it because they had Curry put in like a whole bench, like switch out throughout the whole game. So I think that'll be something for the Wolves to look out. And then
say like I'm gonna say give or take like one off a game, and so I'm gonna say 6.3.
6.5. Oh, you're just going either 6 or 6.5.
6.3.
So pretty much you're just going 6. So 6 Scruffs and Warriors in 6.
Yeah.
Alright, Warriors in 6. Because Curry, he's going to miss game.
How many games is it?
They said he's at least next week, but apparently for him, he's not, like, he hasn't confirmed, but I think I think he'll come back next Wednesday, so it seems like he'll come back in 4.
Right.
So,
yeah, Jimmy's gonna hold it down.
Jimmy and I think some of the guys will hold it down. All right, what do you think about biggies? This
Pacers
is
up 2-0. That is crazy. None of us expected that. Tyrese Halliburton.
It's nasty. He could put the balls in your face and he'd make it.
He had a terrible season too. We were all like, he fell off. That was a fluke year for the Pacers. Now here they are.
Number 4 seed though.
Not a fluke. Shout out Tyrese Halliburton.
But yeah, you've seen that the Bucks and like different ESPN and all that on Instagram that
I don't have Instagram. I haven't had it 3.
Oh, cool. Anyways,
4 weeks.
but yeah, whenever the Bucks a couple times blew 7+ point leads in the final crunch time or something, and so I think that's happened twice right now with the Pacers versus Cavs, and Pacers been able to pull off 2 wins in Cleveland and being the second or the first best team in the whole league.
So what was it?
It'll be a hard turnaround, honestly, for the Cavs.
I agree. I don't think come back 2 losses at home.
That's true, but
no, they weren't at home.
Yeah, the Cavs were.
Cavs were at home.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's up in the air.
That's tough to back, but they need Darius Garland to come back. He's been hurt.
Really, what happened to him?
I don't know. He's had some little injury that's been bothering him to play through it because they need a point guard. They need because Donovan's playing through an injury. Come on, Darius. I love Darius Garland. He's one of my favorite players. I miss watching him back. It wasn't Darius.
But you also have did Mobley win this?
Who?
Mobley?
Oh, Mobley, yeah.
Did he win DPOY?
Yeah, he won DPOY.
You're telling me that a guy that has won DPOY, I mean, am I say that's gonna make your team the best? No, it means you're one of the obviously best defenders in the whole league. So, how's this looking for you? How many games does it take for this series to be confirmed over in a conference final?
Give me Pacers in 5.
Pacers in 5.
Oh, crazy! Did not expect it. Not this.
Yeah, I don't care. I guess I'll meet. That's for the mics.
Oh my bad, I'm messing up all your stuff.
No, dude, I don't care.
Trying to communicate with my family.
Yeah, I'm about to leave too,
Okay,
so
got
yeah, I'm finishing up.
I'm just like, I just came in for a guest outro.
Yeah, this was literally the outro. You see how much I got done, bro. That's
You already
crazy.
talked about all this.
Yeah, pretty much. I talked about the tickets. Cheapest tickets for the Knicks is over $900.
Damn.
Yeah, and most expensive is like 10 8 or 10 for Madison Square Garden home game
That's
3
insane.
as of right now. And then
I'm good.
the
So much money.
Celtics
Oh,
cheapest is
plug
like,
in. My bad.
hey yo.
My phone won't plug.
Celtics
Plug
cheapest
in.
tickets right now is like $300 cheapest,
Crazy.
and that's like in the top. That's also for the top for the Knicks too. Cheapest for the top seat, $900.
So would you rather go to MSG and
Oh,
watch
yeah,
watch
yeah.
a Knicks game, or go to Boston and watch
Watch the South. I do
I actually
too.
like watching the Knicks because I love watching.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Bojan and Nobi.
Did you hear about the Villanova boys?
Huh?
About what happened at Villanova now?
No.
The new pope is from Villanova.
He is.
Yeah, he graduated from Villanova.
There's a new pope.
Yeah, other one died.
I know he died, but I didn't know they chose a new one yet.
Yeah,
I'm not a touch. That happened today.
yeah, it happened earlier this morning.
I was literally up all night working on that PowerPoint.
Dude, they have those things as like I'm not gonna say it, but it's like chimney. It's like chimney smoke,
Yeah.
for like the first day. So that means that they didn't have a pope. That
Okay.
133 people had to decide on who they wanted to have as the new pope,
Mhm.
and they couldn't get it in one day. Then the next day, I think it was like 13 hours in or something like that, 10 hours. They were able to have the white smoke come out. So
Oh, so excited.
yeah,
Cool.
and the dude's from Chicago.
He played for Villanova.
I
Or he just
think
went to Villanova.
I think he went to Villanova.
If he played for Villanova,
Dude, that'd be
crazy.
crazy. Yeah. Oh, man, I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine being a pope and just balling up on
In a
the
bucket.
just balling up like Barack Obama at the White House.
Obama. Seen that dunk shot? Like,
Yeah,
that's pure.
dude, it's nasty. All right, let's see. Oh yes. You hear about this? The Knicks comebacks against.
Oh yeah, 20
Yeah,
point comeback.
two
Crazy.
is back to back.
Great, up 2-0. That's insane. That's crazy. Can't believe that.
I know this sounds crazy, but Knicks and 5.
Knicks and 5.
What do you think?
I'm all for it. Give me Knicks and 5. I don't think that's gonna happen. Give me Knicks and 6.
It's 5 or 6. How about that? Roll.
I've
Give or
always
take.
hated the Knicks, but they're playing the Celtics right now. I'm about to, now that school's over, I'm gonna go home, turn the TV on, put on my Knicks Frank Ntilikina jersey, and just rock out.
I mean,
I'm a Knicks fan now, just for this.
But yeah, I mean, it's looking good for the Knicks. They have. I know you didn't like this what I said last time, but you said that the Knicks don't have the best fans and all that. The Knicks are bringing it this year. They are bringing.
I know they have good fans. I meant like they're so dislikable.
Really?
Yeah.
What makes you
I'm
think?
a Hawks fan.
And what's that have to do with the Knicks?
Because I'm a Hawks fan.
Anyways, so we are going Knicks 6 or 7, or no 5 and 6. So that'll be. But yeah, that's cheapest.
Knicks and 6.
Yeah, Knicks and 6.
I love that.
Because then it'll be as long as they. I know this sounds crazy, but if they win, what if they win tonight, or what if they win Saturday? Because that's a.
Imagine they sweep.
No, I'm saying like Celtics. What if Celtics?
Win?
Yeah,
If the
Celtics
Celtics
go.
win, that's momentum. But they gotta play.
They
They're
gotta.
going to New York now.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. This next game is game 3 for the Knicks versus Celtics. Okay, and so I'm saying like if
And it's in New York, right?
Celtics have to win one game to secure a game 5.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's as of right now, if this Knicks team can pull it out, and Pacers, how much you say?
Pacers in 5.
Pacers in 5. That would be an interesting conference finals.
Mhm.
But do have to say, look at these teams. 3 teams, well, 3 or 2. 3 or 2 of these teams is just going to be all gone because of this West. The West team is so crazy that I mean, it's just power. It's always been power towards the sorry. Come on. Okay, alright, cool. Alright, yes, it's Knicks and Pacers. It was especially the Pacers. I can't really see Pacers get past the Knicks.
I can't see either.
So, I mean, imagine, like, being a top 3 and 4 seed, but, I mean, it's going to be destroyed by a 1 seed, 4 seed, and a 7 seed. Which honestly, if the Warriors was to make it to the finals, or wait, what did I say?
The Warriors.
Yeah. If the Warriors to make it to the finals against the Knicks, then that's a battle.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be a good series.
Mhm.
Good 6. You could say 7,
Who?
but
Warriors, Knicks.
yeah, if that
That
was
would
to
be
happen. It'd be more actually of a series.
so fun to watch.
But yeah, so out of these two, pretty much though, if it's looking like it's gonna be Warriors in 6 versus whoever is running this.
All right, I have a question for you.
Yep,
You're a Warriors fan, so you're not allowed to pick the Warriors.
I know.
If you were like, who do you want to see in line, if not the Warriors?
I know that's what I'm saying. If I was to say it and tell the truth to you, Warriors aren't. Their chance of making it obviously is a 50-50, like always. If once I win this series, as of right now, to conference finals, it's just these two teams, the Thunder and Nuggets, are just literally out of this world in how powerful they are. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
I'm not even.
I can't even figure this out. It's hard
that's
to
a tough
decide.
series.
It is, and plus you have MVPs going up against it. And
Ooh.
that's what I'm saying. That's why I can't really decide. I mean, it's a game seven, but just unknown. It's an unknown game 7 prediction. That
Depends. I think a lot of OKC's success depends on like Chet Holmgren, how he's playing.
Yeah,
Because they lost game 1
because of him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good player.
He is a good player, but he's got to knock down the 3 ball.
Yeah, I saw like him in his rookie year. He was new to the league and he doesn't really have much experience. So, but yeah, it took him. How long has he been? I think it's been like 2-3 seasons.
Chet?
Yeah, 2 seasons. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dude, I don't blame you. But yeah, I'm just gonna say it. It's whoever wins this OKC versus Nuggets game or series is gonna win it. That's my prediction. Winner of the OKC versus Nuggets is gonna win the NBA Finals. I think if that was to happen, it'd be a max of 5 games. That's a give or take right there.
I don't disagree.
I'm thinking it's
disagree at all.
honestly it's gonna be OKC / Nuggets. I could see a Knicks win in that at least one, kind of like what I said about. So it's like to Magic.
If the Knicks make it, I got OKC or the Nuggets. 6.
Yeah. I mean, you can't give them too many games.
Yeah.
But it's
I need to look at the times that they played this.
Who?
The Knicks when they played OKC, and I don't really know what the outcome.
Yeah, it's Pacers. I remember was 121, 112 to I don't know. But yeah, so it seems like the Knicks are just afternoon teams for the most part. But I think it's because they're the only team that's playing Saturday. So yeah, I think this whole thing, no matter what, looking at a Western team winning in 5 or 6, that's it, I think. All right, well, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Charles, what do you think? Wrap it up there, too?
Sure, no pleasure.
Yeah, nice to see you again.
I
will.
Okay.
Will.
Make it happen.
You want to meet up or just like, okay, all right, bet, yeah.
We gotta get Preston involved.
Yeah, I have summer job. I don't know if I told you.
Where you working?
Boys.
Right.
Yeah. And rest, I guess you can say, but
Still working at the city.
yeah, but it will be barely enough time.
Yeah.
But yeah, my mom told me to just keep doing this every Thursday, and I think I might be like miss a week or 2 on Thursdays because we'll have some ball games or just work or something. But yeah, I think that's it. Are you ready for another inspirational quote?
I'm ready.
All right. Well, I see you again, Jack. I guess I'll see you at the YMCA or whatever.
You going?
I guess, yeah. I'll change, head over there, and we'll see you. We'll see you balls up. All right, well, thanks for joining me late night, Timmy, and see y'all some point in time, and hopefully swing by fall semester. We'll see how everything in the summer works. So, all right, inspiration time. Are you ready?
Wait, you need me to supply the inspiration, or you supplying the inspiration?
I supply it, but
okay.
You know what? You have your votes. If you have,
I'm not good at this. You're a seasoned vet. I'm just an unaccomplished.
Nah, you're fine. You'll figure something out soon,
Alrighty,
I guess, in the fall. But all right, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good rest of your day. What do you say?
Peace, love, happy day,
Facts.
beautiful. Subscribe to the podcast.
Okay. Anything else?
That's all.
All right, cool. See y'all sometime. Hope y'all enjoyed, and y'all have a good one.
You're a good mom. You are a good mom. And I know that at times you think, oh, I'm not doing this or I'm not doing that. And I think the fact that you worry about being a good mom means that you are, in fact, a good mom. I know a lot of people are really proud of you. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. Have a great day.
A few moments later.